Hey there, it's Gina with the House Group, and I'm coming to you with our top 5 for February, and I'm at a very busy teardown of the Tete-a-Tete trade show. It's one of the biggest trade shows of our industry in Canada, and we were attending today, and I want to talk to you a little bit about how safe is your meeting. The top 5 things I want to talk to you about in February is how to keep your delegates and yourself safe. As a meeting planner, you have a million things to think about, but one of the things that I'd like for you to think about is a few tips on how you can talk to security when you're going through your convention center on the best ways to help your delegates out in any situation. Number 1, start with the best clause, and that's a great force majeure clause. And without a great force majeure, none of this matters. You can host a great event, but if you don't have a good clause, then you've got no leg to stand on. Make sure it's dated appropriately. Pre and post dates matter, and in particular, be as specific as possible to the things that you are concerned about. Number 2 is make sure that you're doing your due diligence with your site selection. Obviously, if you're working with the house group, then that will be done for you. But a simple Google bar will help you out in figuring out what else is going on during your conference or the dates that you're considering, or work with your local DMO to talk to them about other programs that may be going on. Things like a protest over political events could be happening, so just something to be aware of. Number 3 is your venue checklist. When you're walking through a venue of this size, it's huge. You have to think about all of the little things, but have you thought about how many emergency exits there are? Where is the closest AED? Do you have security? What is security going to do should something happen? It's all of those crazy what-ifs, but make sure that you have a list of crazy what-ifs so that you go through those things. A great way to do that is to use the AHA checklist, and that's linked in the blog if you want to go back to it. Number 4 is making sure that you check in with your registration for your delegates. We just came across a situation where a delegate had a personal matter going on, and their personal life kind of bled into their conference life. And if she had shared that possibly with her registration, then we could have kept her a little bit more safe in that situation. However, we need to adhere to privacy rules, so just something to consider when you're doing your registration is adding a little bit more information on that. Number 5 is the last one, and have a backup plan. The craziest things can happen. This is a teardown situation, but what if they were setting up, and yesterday it was a crazy snowstorm here in Ottawa. So you've got to plan ahead if you're going to have a conference, let's say in January in Ottawa when it's freezing cold. So plan ahead, make sure everybody is safe, think about mobility issues, all of those things that come into play. Lastly, if you want help with that great list, think of the House Group. We're here to help. Have a great February.